Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Detroit Lions.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional thing. Remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you're playing on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Dangerous spot for them to come.
With the defense getting hit, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
On play action, they'll throw. The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff.
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Goff. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware. This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Super one. Obama. 11. Turbo.
Here we go on fourth. Goff. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0.
And they'll accept that penalty. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hill going to go in motion right.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
You talk about this Lions defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with an amazing diving catch.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game. Trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
3rd and 9 here. Goff going to move his guys around a bit.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Here's Jack Fox on to punt.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Completes this to Elijah Higgins.
And all on the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Elijah Higgins,
30 yards.
and the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
To the air again. Goff. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Now the try here for the point after. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. In motion, Hill. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. They're going deep for Hill. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Hey, kill.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Yes, sir. 5. Louis.
Now Goff. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage, who took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
Well.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Channing Tindall able to record his 5th sack of the season. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid combination.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Channing Tindall.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
And that flag accepted.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. From the gun, here's Goff. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Back to throw, Goff. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st and 10, Goff. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And in for the Lions, touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare.
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Inside the 10.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the...
And now here's another interception.
It's such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
Hey, 5.
McCaffrey not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Super 1. Super 1.
Goff now looking to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hill going to go in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That is going to be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st down, it's gone.
That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
And out of bounds right around the 20. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Go off throwing again. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Tyreek Hill.
And down to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 22 yards. And the Dolphins first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Nifty move.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep the defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
This offense so far on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4, and they'll run it here. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Higgins. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that, because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
He lost 6 there on the first down play.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
There he goes left side.
Now he's free to midfield. How about this?
And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 86 yards. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point up and good by Sanders as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.